Hello and welcome to Rob's Retro Reviews. In this Impressions video we'll be taking a look at the newest game in the Monster Hunter series, Monster Hunter World, available on PS4, Xbox One and eventually PC too. Before I begin talking about my thoughts, I'm not the greatest player of Monster Hunter ever, and it's been quite a while since I properly got into one. I didn't ever actually get around to playing Monster Hunter Generations at all, but I played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and 3 Ultimate quite a lot, and had a bit of a mess around on the PSP ones too, but that was a very long time ago. The first thing I want to say about Monster Hunter World is that it's easily the best in the series so far, but the same can be said for every single one of the Monster Hunter sequels too. It seems pretty consistent that every single sequel that's released expands on the standard formula and results in a superior game with every passing installment. With Monster Hunter World though, we have perhaps the biggest jump in quality the series has ever seen, and this is primarily for two reasons. The first reason is that it's the first Monster Hunter game to be on 8th gen hardware, which instantly makes it look and run better than any other game in the series to date. And the second, more important reason, is that the game no longer has to load between areas of the map, meaning that each level feels like a large open area for you to fully explore without any interruptions or anything to break the immersion. Several quality of life changes have been made to the game too. You no longer have to take key items such as the barbecue, fishing rod, bug catching net or pickaxe with you into the field, because you'll automatically have them equipped for every mission. Plus, they never break, which is a huge improvement for the series, and it's a change that should have been made ages ago. Something else added into this game is the fact that you can now join hunts in progress with the use of an Sos Flare, which can be activated at pretty much any time during a level and picked up by other players who will head out into the field to help you. The whole process of exploring, using the multiplayer, and pretty much everything about the game has been smoothed out and made a lot easier to digest. However, the biggest issue with the game is that for newcomers of the series, or people that didn't play the other games very much, there's a hell of a lot of information to take in at the start of the game, and it could be extremely overbearing to someone jumping into the game for the first time. So you want to do something simple like join a quest, but then you've got to make the decision on whether that's an optional quest, an investigation, an arena quest, an event quest, an assigned quest, or an exhibition, and this can be quite a lot to take in and learn the differences between to begin with. As well as all of that, there's also a whopping 14 weapon types in the game, which unlike in most RPGs, completely changes the combat within the game. Some are slow but heavy hitters, some are quick and agile, and some are ranged weapons too, and there's loads of weapons in between. All of this content is absolutely amazing for people who are going to be playing the game for hundreds of hours, but if you're looking for a game to quickly jump in and out of, this isn't for you. But if you're the sort of person who can commit to a single game for an extended amount of time, this is 100% your kind of game. Give it some time going into it and really pay attention to specifically what everything does and how it affects your character, and this will be a game you'll become addicted to. The character customization is now a lot better than it's ever been before, and on top of the base customization being good, there's also different haircuts and gestures available on the store too. No doubt as time goes by these will be added to and there'll be more and more paid DLC on top of what's already available, but still, Monster Hunter is normally extremely good with releasing free content as time goes by too, which is a good incentive to keep you coming back. The story of Monster Hunter World is much more cinematic than ever before, having much more of an actual plot going on in the background of all of the hunting, as well as being the first game in the series, that I've played anyway, that has full-on voice acting. There is still quite a lot of text dialogue when you're in the hub areas, but the balance of voice acting to text is actually really good here, and the voice acting itself reflects the tone of the game extremely well. The greatest thing about Monster Hunter World though is actually hunting the many monsters within the game. These games have always been fantastic for portraying the enemies as actual living beasts rather than just as the next thing you need to slaughter. Each monster is different and has a separate nest and climate they like. Some like to hunt in packs, some are lone wolves, they all sleep and eat like actual animals do, and they just really sell the whole experience based on this. The way there's no damage meter for monsters, and instead they physically take damage by having you break parts off of the bodies, or start drooling or limping, is a stroke of genius and makes the game a lot more immersive. New to this game though is a sense that both you and the monsters can truly interact with the environment. You can shoot boulders to make them fall onto enemies, you can run up walls and jump into the air for some devastating aerial attacks. But more importantly, the monsters can all use the environment to their advantage too. One of the standout moments in the game for me was when I was delivering an egg to base, and upon picking it up, a Rathian ran into the nest to prevent me from stealing its young. But then as a battle commenced between me and the monster, it rammed into a wall and broke it apart, revealing a tidal wave that washed it off of a nearby cliff. This whole encounter felt so organic and unscripted, and really made it clear to me that this game is something special, and I'm sure everyone else has a story like that to tell too. I don't really have all that much to say that's negative about the game. I suppose some people could find it a bit repetitive, but I think there's enough variety here in the different capture, hunting and collecting quests to prevent this from being a problem for me personally. I also think the new grappling hook could have been expanded a little bit too, because as it stands it's a nice visual gimmick, but it doesn't really add much to the game mechanically. All in all though, Monster Hunter World has been an amazing experience for me so far, and I'll be putting way more hours into it in the future for sure. If you're looking at the game and you think you'll like it, the odds are you will. It's probably the most accessible Monster Hunter to date, but if you don't play games that are similar to it, or if you haven't played a Monster Hunter before, make sure you give it a few hours before you decide you don't like it. It's got a steep initial learning curve, but once you're over that, you're going to have a good time. I could go on about it all day, talking about the multiplayer aspects and the adjustments made to the combat and so much more, but I'll just stop here and say that I very highly recommend you pick this up.